Hey everybody, welcome to Titans of CNC Academy. My name is Billy Boyce, and right now I'm going to take you through modeling the TITAN-9M. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we want to do is make sure we are in the design workspace, and we're going to come up here and click Create Sketch. I'm going to choose this top plane here, and then I'm just going to press C for circle. I'm going to snap it right here in the center, click one time and kind of drag it out. I'm going to type in 0.750 and enter. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and drop down 3 more of those circles. So C for circle, I'm just going to put it right here. I'm going to click 0.750, enter. C for circle, 0.750. C for circle, 0.750 and enter. Now I want these to kind of be in the shape of a rectangle. Some of these got to be in line with each other. So what I'll do is just come up to constraints, hit horizontal vertical. I'm going to hit that center point and this center point. I'm going to go to this one and to that one, this one to that one, and this one to that one. I'm going to press D for dimension. I'm going to go from right here to right here. That is a dimension of 1.150. Enter. I'm going to go from here to here. That's a dimension of 5.25. Enter. Now I'm going to press C for circle. I'm going to click right here and type in 1.9. Enter. C for circle. I'm going to let it snap right to the middle there. I'm going to click and drag it out. 1.05. Enter. C for circle again, snap right in the middle, type in 1 and enter. I'm going to go ahead and select that 1-inch circle, make sure that it's highlighted, and then I'm going to press X. That turns it into this dotted line, and we won't have to bother with that when we go to extrude anything. Let's go ahead and add some dimensions to it. So I'm going to press D for dimension. I'm going to go from here to that. The dimension is 2.625, enter. I'm going to go from there again to the same center point. I'm going to drag it over to that side and type in 0.575, enter. And now we got all that stuff where we want it. So I'm going to go ahead and press escape to get out of the dimensions command, and I'm going to press L for line. With the left mouse button, I'm going to click on the edge of my circle, holding down the left mouse button. I'm going to drag that line out. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run it right into the side of the circle. I want to make sure I don't go below the center line of this circle, like down over here. Again, I'm going to click, drag and hold. I'm going to kind of come over here and let go. Click and hold, drag it over, touch the side of the circle, let go. Again, like that. Now we can come up to constraints, say tangent. I want this line tangent to that dotted line. This line to the dotted line. This one to there. This one to there. Now I'm going to press escape and C for circle. Out here on the edge, I'm going to click and drag out. That is a 0.6, enter. C for circle, again over here off to the edge, 0.6, enter. I'm going to come up to constraints, say tangent, that to that one to that one, this one to that one, and that one to that one. Okay, now we can come up to modify, and we're going to break. I'm going to click this top, and you can see in between the 2 red X's is where it's breaking, and then there. Now we can come up to modify, fillet. I'm going to click here and there. Then I'm going to type in 0.3. I am not going to press enter. Now I'll make that selection and this one and that one, this one and that one. Now I can go ahead and press enter. I can right click, say press pull. I'm going to choose that and these circles. I'm going to type in minus 0.75 and enter. Okay, so that finishes off sheet 1 of 3. Now we can go ahead and move on to sheet 2 of 3. We're going to go ahead and add those counter bores first. So what I want to do is come over to the sketch and hit this little arrow. That'll drop that down. And then I'm going to just click that crossed out eye. And what that does is that'll turn the sketch on so we can see it. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these points from the circles we already drew. So we're going to go create, hole. We're just going to go ahead and select those 4 points. We're going to go ahead and make sure we're set to distance. We're going to do the counter bore. We're going to do a through hole with a drill tip point. The total depth of the drill hole is going to be 0.75. The diameter of the counter bore is going to be 0.38. The depth of that counter bore is going to be 0.5. 1/18 is fine for the drill tip. And the diameter of the through hole is going to be 0.25. We can go ahead and say OK. Then we can come back over here and click that eyeball and turn those sketches off so it'll look like that again. Okay, that looks good. So let's go ahead and prep this to do the next cut. We're going to come up here to construct. We're going to say mid-plane. I'm going to choose that angle there and that one there. And it'll slap us down a plane right in the middle of our part, which is kind of handy. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. Now I'm going to come up to construct again, come on down here to point at center of circle. I'm going to select that and I'm going to select that edge, and that'll give us a point right there. I'm going to say OK. I'm going to come over to create, sketch. I'm going to choose that new plane, and then I'm going to press L for line, or you can come up to create line. And I'm going to snap right here and just kind of do this little shape, have it look something like this. I'm going to press escape. Then I'm going to come up to constraints, say horizontal vertical. I'm going to select this one right here. I want to ensure that this one is also horizontal, so I'm going to go ahead and click it. I got a little warning letting me know, yeah, it already was, so we're good. I'm going to press escape. I'm going to press D for dimension. I'm going to go from that endpoint to this point. That is a dimension of 0.688, and enter. I'm going to go from that point again to this one. That is a dimension of 1.621, and enter. Then we're going to do a dimension from here to that bottom line. That's going to be 0.250, enter. We can go ahead and come up to constraints, coincident. I'm going to go ahead and say this point to this edge looks good. I'm going to press escape, D for dimension. We're going to go from this center point to this edge. We'll just say 4 inches and enter. Then we can come up here to solid, create, revolve. It automatically selects the sketch that we had open. It's already ready to select the axis, so I'm just going to go ahead and click the side wall of that through hole, and we should get something that looks like that. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And now I'm going to come up to modify and fillet. We'll go ahead and add these fillets right here. Select both of those. And then you can go ahead and type in 0.5 and enter. We can see we have a 25 thou chamfer around this outside edge. So we can come up to modify, chamfer, select that edge and type in 0.025. Go ahead and hit enter. And that finishes off sheet 2 of 3. Now we can go ahead and move on to 3 of 3. First thing I'll do is come up to create sketch. I'm going to choose that top surface. I'm going to press C for circle. I'm going to let it snap right to the middle. And I'm going to drag that out. I'm going to type in 1.25 and enter. I'm going to go ahead and right click, press pull, and I'm just going to select that entire circle. And then I'm going to say minus 0.5. Enter, and there we go. We're going to go ahead and create another sketch. So create, sketch, We'll do it on that top surface again. I'm going to press C for circle. Again, I'm going to snap right in the middle and type in 1.9. Enter. C for circle. 0.750. Enter. I'm going to go ahead and do 3 more of those. C for circle. 0.750. Enter. C for circle. 0.750. C for circle. 0.750. Enter. And now we're going to go ahead and use constraints, get those centered up on those counter bores. So we'll go constraints, concentric. Say that to that through hole, this to the through hole, this to that, this to that. I'm going to go ahead and type in C for circle. I'm going to do them on the inside here. I'm going to click, drag, type in 0.651, enter. C for circle, 0.651, enter. Again, I'm going to come up to constraints and say tangent, that to this one to that one, this one to that one, this one to that one. Now I'm going to go ahead and press escape. I'm going to go create line. I'm just going to put a line right here like that. I'm going to press escape, L for line. I'm going to drop another one over here, escape, L for line, escape, L for line. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and come up to constraints and say parallel. I want that one to be parallel with this edge, this one with that one, this one with that one, this one with that one. I'm going to press D for dimension. I'm going to go from the edge to the line. I have a distance of 0.15, enter. Again, I'm going to go over here, add the dimension. When it's highlighted, I'm going to go ahead and just copy this dimension by clicking it and hitting enter. Now if I change this one, it'll change them all. And I'm going to do that with all 3 of them. Okay, I'm going to press escape to get out of that command. I'm going to come up to modify and extend. I'm going to go ahead and make sure those run into the circles there. Cool. Now we'll go up to modify, break. We're going to go ahead and break this circle here and here. We'll go ahead and break that and that, this and that. Now we can come up to modify fillet. Go ahead and select here and there. I'm going to put a dimension of 0.255. I'm not going to press enter. I'm going to go ahead and select this one and that one, 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 this one and that one. I'm going to press enter. Then I'm going to do a right click, press pull. We'll go ahead and choose all of that. We'll go to extent over here and we're going to say to object. We need to select this surface here. In the offset, we're going to type in minus 0.325 and then we're going to hit this guy right here. What that'll do is cut that pocket and the pocket will be parallel with the surface. We can go ahead and say OK. Now all we have to do is add a couple fillets and some edge breaks. So let's go ahead and go up to modify, fillet. I'm going to select that bottom and that edge there. That is a dimension of 0.25, enter. We're going to come back up to modify, chamfer. Let's get these 2 pockets. That's a 0.025, enter. We can right click and repeat chamfer. And then I'm going to go ahead and just pick these sharp 90s on the tops and the bottom. around the edge, contour the part, that guy there, this one, and that one. I'm gonna go ahead and type in 0.01 and enter. And there you go. That is the Titan 9M.